Greetings and salutations, I am Scojo Insta360. I've got a lot of chapters ready to go, but something happened at the end of the week that I need to address right away. What is it? Well, a little package arrived, and it is the new Venture case. Now, I'm one of those jerks that actually got the original Venture case because I got up at 3 o'clock in the morning and had a notification they had it in stock, and I grabbed my credit card and I got it, and I got a Venture case. Then I find out that the Venture case has leaks and that they're going to have to replace it. Thankfully, I still have the original Venture case. I got to be honest with you, I've used it. I haven't put it underwater. Works fine for me. But I want to make sure I can use it underwater. So I got the new one. The new one just arrived, and we are going to do what I hate is unboxing, but because this is such a hot item, hot ticket item, I just hit record. I'm improvising right now. We're going to open the box. We're going to see what's in there. And then guess what? You have given me an excuse to put it to the test in the best way I know how. So let's get right to it. What we need to point out at first is that last week I was in Seattle shooting a 360 tour with my Insta360 One X, and this happened. You see that little smudge there? That is a scratch on the lens. I don't know if you can see that there. We're in little tiny scratch on the lens. How did it happen? Well, I was shooting a restaurant 360 virtual tour. Went out on the dock at the lake to get a nice little place that I could highlight, and the wind was blowing. So I thought, oh, I'll just put the tripod down a little lower. That way the wind won't affect it. Well, then it looked like crap because you couldn't see the boats and the water and all that stuff. So I said, I'll just put on the tripod for a few seconds and we'll roll it and all will be good. I'll have my 360 virtual tour. I stopped recording. Everything was done. Last shot of the entire gig, last shot of the day, and the wind blew over the tripod. Me, being the idiot that I am, didn't have any weight underneath the tripod base, and the thing fell over and I got a tiny little scratch. What is going to happen now? $108, and I'm out of the camera for probably 2 weeks. Yeah, you have to send these things back to Insta360. Thankfully, you can send them to a place in the US in most cases, so it probably won't take quite as long, but it's $108 for one lens to get it replaced. Frustrating. I wish these came with removable lenses, but it was a rookie mistake on my part, so I consider it an idiot tax that I'm having to do this. Guys, I'm a professional, and I didn't weight down my tripod. So now everything I'm going to shoot today is going to have a little smudge on it, but that's fine. We just want to get to the new Venture case. Let's take a quick look. I'm not really good at unboxing because I'm impatient. And I just want my things now. All right, here we go. Drum roll, please. All right, there we go. There's our new Venture case. We are gonna see, I can't open boxes either because I'm impatient. All right, here we go, there we go. Oh, we're almost there, ladies and gentlemen, here we go. Let's put some dramatic music on. What does the original look like? Hey, I gotta say, can I get it to that camera? Yeah, see, that's the new one. That's the old one. Wow, that's a significant upgrade. It obviously looks much more reinforced. It's supposed to be waterproof to 16 feet, which I'm gonna put to the test today, which I hope doesn't fail, because then I'll end up with a camera that has a scratch lens and water damage. So we're gonna kind of put this to the test. Let's just get out there. I got a kayak. It's 75 degrees in Central Oregon. It's springtime. Let's hit it.
Now, be forewarned, with this new bracket on it, it makes it very hard to get in and out of. In fact, at one point I had to go to the instructions just to get the darn thing in the case. But after a few minutes, I got it in there with a little bit of frustration. The problem with the first Venture case was that it leaked, so the ultimate test is to take it out, get it near the water, and see if it leaks. But even before I got to the water, I noticed my first artifact, that line between light and dark. Now, some of that you're not going to be able to get rid of because you've got a lens facing the sun and a lens not facing the sun. But if you have any suggestions on how to minimize that, leave it in the comment section below for us all to benefit from. The great part about having a case is, as you can see, I didn't treat it with kid gloves. I didn't thrash the thing, because you should never really try to thrash a camera, but I didn't treat it lightly. My first stop was at the Whitewater Practice Park to see some whitewater paddlers, and I picked up a little bit of a ride-along, as though I'm an Uber for moths or something. Then came the ultimate test, the first submersion. Fingers crossed. Now see, there's that line again, which is very frustrating, but what's equally frustrating is that trying to check the thing once it's been submerged to make sure that it hasn't leaked is really, really difficult. So you got to be careful. It takes a long time to get in and out of this camera, but some of the benefits are pretty cool. I shot this in 4K 50 frames per second, and you can see the slow motion looks pretty good. But that line kept showing up, and here's some geese with their babies, what would have been a great nature shot, but once again, I've got that line. So this is one of the most frustrating parts about the case thus far. But the angles and the shots that you get are fairly interesting, and I had a pretty good time taking the case out and putting it to the test.
All right, well, that's it for the Venture case review. There were some highs, there were some lows. Let's sum it up. Of course, the number one high of this thing is the durability. You've got a $400 camera that if you scratch a lens like somebody I know, it's gonna cost you $108 and you'll be without your camera for possibly a couple of weeks. So do yourself a favor, buy the insurance policy, get the Venture case. But with all things Insta360, there are the highs that are pretty high, and then there's the lows. The first thing I noticed was it is really hard to get in and out of this case because of this new bracket. It's great that they have the bracket on there, but just be prepared. It is not easy to get in and out. It will take you time if you have to swap your battery, etc. It's a little bit frustrating. Second of all, as we all know, the display is not easy to read. It gets worse when it's in the Venture case. The display is essentially unusable. So what I recommend because of these first two things is to find a setting that you like, turn quick capture on, and then just plan on using that as your setting throughout the day. I like 4K 50 frames per second because it's more versatile, but choose your setting, use your quick capture, because the display bites. And finally, the most frustrating thing once I got everything home was the way the footage looks. Frankly, that line between light and dark, some of it may have been caused by condensation, some of it may have been caused by something I'm not doing right. Maybe I need to wipe the lenses down even more before I get started. If you have any thoughts about this, leave it in the comment section below because we could all benefit from it. But either way, no matter what happens, that line is still there, and it makes the footage borderline unusable in a lot of places. Lines and footage, no bueno. So what grade do I give the Venture case? I'd give it a B-. I wish I could rank it higher. I had higher hopes for it, but between the light and the dark, the hardness to get in and out of, and the display continuing to kind of suck, that made it a little bit difficult to deal with. But again, am I telling you not to get it? Absolutely not. Because you gotta get something to protect your camera. The Venture case will protect your camera. It's an insurance policy. Get the Venture case, even with all the issues. All right, that's it for this episode of The 360 Community. We are The 360 Community, so leave your questions, advice, ponderings in the comment section below. Don't forget to subscribe to me. A big announcement I can't tell you much about, but I just got hired to shoot a traditional video documentary in Los Angeles this summer, so you guys are gonna be going on the road with me. Cheer, cheer, cheer. I'm Skojo in 360. I am out of here in my traditional manner.